Hello, hello, it's Julie Davison from juliedavison.com. Welcome to Thursday Night Stamp Therapy. Oh my gosh, what a busy day. It is Thursday, July 6, 2023. And it is a giant launch date for Stampin' Up. I stayed up late last night so that I could order all my favorite online exclusives right away and not miss out on anything. And in addition to the new online exclusives, bonus days started. You'll get a free $5 coupon for every $50 you order in July, and you can spend those in August. We also had a new project kit be released called Blossom Wishes. They updated the clearance rack with a bunch of stuff up to 85% off. I couldn't believe some of the prices. So if you haven't checked that out, make sure to go check out the clearance rack when you're shopping. And then in addition to that, there's a 2-day paper pumpkin sale for past kits and refills. If you're a paper pumpkin subscriber, you can get a great deal on some of those. I think I got it all. So busy, so much going on. I hope that you were able to get an order in today, get all your favorites. As far as I know, even though the trucking along was available for, there was like a couple hours this morning where it was not available. As far as I know, everything is still available right now. The trucking along bundle, the stamp set was showing is not orderable, but it is orderable again. So if you tried earlier and you had issues, please try again because it's back. So all of the links are in the video description. Check out all this stuff in the online store, so make sure you do if you haven't already. The flyer that we have just shows a few things, and I just ordered this morning. I don't have any of the new stuff to show you. That'll have to be next week. But I do have the one horse open sleigh bundle, designer paper, and snowflakes, and so we're going to make a card with that tonight. The timeless charm bundle, I didn't get it before, so I don't have it to show you, but that's another new online exclusive thing. And 12 Days of Christmas, it's not too late to sign up for that. I did place the first order already this morning, and getting some good stuff for that. I'm really excited about this. If you're not familiar with the 12 Days of Christmas, I do this is the second time I've done it in July, and then we've done it the last 3 years in November, and then the videos and stuff are in December. So it's so much fun. It's a curated gift box with 12 individually wrapped gifts so that you can count down to Christmas or Christmas in July, which is what we're doing this month. So sign up now. If you pay for your box by July 15th, it will be mailed by July 20th. And then when I get back from a little mini vacation on the 25th, we're going to start doing daily videos with an unboxing of each day's gift and a project video using the gift. So I'm super excited about this. In addition to the 12 Stampin' Up! Products that'll be wrapped up for you, there's also a bonus gift from me that is an exclusive item that you won't be able to get anywhere else. And I ordered those, and there's only a limited number, so at some point I'm going to have to cut it off. So if you're not already signed up, you can do that right now at tinyurl.com/JulieGiftBox. It is $120 for the gift box, which, like I said, includes 12 full-size Stampin' Up! Products, plus the tax and the shipping, and then there is an additional postage fee for me to send it to you, or you can pick up on my porch for free. Oh my gosh. All right, we got all of that out of the way. If you have any questions, leave a comment. I'm excited because last month in June, I was really focused on designer paper because that was what was on sale. And so this month, I'm going to use a couple new bundles that I haven't really had a chance to play with yet. And so I'm excited to kind of leave the paper behind. But before we leave the paper behind, we're going to do a project with some brand new stuff. The horse and sleigh stamp set and dies. These are now available to everyone. If you didn't see, Mom and Amy and I shared some projects in our Sunday stamping video, including this shaker card. So check that out if you haven't seen. I shared some tips for creating this. Have you ever made a shaker card? They are just so much fun. So today I'm gonna make a project. I actually shared the finished card, but I'm gonna make a little change to it and kind of do something fun. So I'm excited. I'm excited about that. It's gonna be really fun. But first, let me show you this gorgeous designer paper. It's called One Horse Open Sleigh. It's a 6x6 designer paper, and so this is the size it comes in. And there are 4 sheets, each of 12 different designs in the paper pack. It is a beautiful storybook illustration designer paper, and I feel like it would have a beautiful story excuse me, to go along with it. And even though it's super hot here in central Illinois, it does make me happy to be thinking about, is this a duplicate? I thought I pulled them all out. It is. Oh man. Well, I'm just going to leave it. I'm going to leave it in here. I think I'm missing a design. I tried to pull out all the duplicates. Oh my gosh. Isn't that gorgeous? Oh, I know some of you will craft for winter all year long and get ready with your Christmas cards, and I think that's such a smart idea. Even the backside, though, are so versatile and so pretty. Like, this would make a great 4th of July card with the red, white, and blue. So I picked out some patterns, and I've cut some pieces for us to create a card. We're also going to use some of the adhesive snowflakes. I will tell you, I will give you a little bit of a hint. In our 12 Days of Christmas gift box, I am featuring both of these items, the designer paper and the snowflakes. You'll get those as 2 of the 12 gifts. So sorry, I just spoiled it for you. But if you are thinking about ordering the gift box, and I just wanted to let you know that you'll also be getting that paper in the gift box, so you don't have to order it separately. The other things are a surprise, and I can't wait to share them. So today's project, I've cut the designer paper. We are going to use a card base that is early espresso, 5.5 by 8.5. This is for the inside since we have a dark card base. It's 4 by 5.25. The designer paper, 2 inches by 5 inches and 3.5 inches by 4.25. I'll put the measurements in the video description. I've got a piece for the sentiment, which is 3/4 inches, and we're going to tear the end. And then another piece that we're going to stamp and die cut. Oh, Katie says, guess she'll have extra. This paper is so gorgeous. I promise I'll share tons of ideas to help you use up the paper. It won't be a problem. Oh, I don't know if you heard that, but my alarm went off, and I'm hoping, well, I don't know, maybe it'll continue to maybe it'll continue to go off. We'll have to see. If so, I'm not sure. I can't remember how long I had the timer set for. All right, I'm gonna get some of these stamps out. Let's use, I think I used the other stamp. Sending warmth your way. And then we've got the tree and the bunny. We're going to use both of those as well. I don't know what happened to the day. It kind of snuck up on me. Does that happen to you sometimes? And I thought, oh, I've got all day. I'm going to get ready for this video. And then all of a sudden it was like, oh, I have 30 minutes. And I set a timer. and here I am. A little bit of a scramble, but that is typical for me. Okay. I'm getting out some grid paper. Let's do our stamping first. I am going to stamp some trees in the corner of this designer paper. I love stamping on designer paper, kind of customizing and adding some depth to the design. So I'm going to stamp some trees, and without re-inking, I'm going to stamp again. Just sort of get those trees kind of in the foreground. And then we're going to stamp also in brown the sentiment. And so it says, sending warmth your way. And maybe right now in the heat of the summer, we want to send cool wishes your way. I don't know, would you send a winter card in the summer? Like just kind of, you know, hey, thinking of you and thinking chilly thoughts to help you cool down. So it's kind of funny. My younger sister has been having hot flashes and sort of having other perimenopause symptoms, and it's so crazy because I'm older and I haven't had any of that. And so I saw her over the weekend, so I was doing a lot of fanning and trying to help her stay cool from all of her personal summers that she was experiencing. Oh, we're going to do Misty Moonlight for the bunny. And we're going to die cut this. We're going to get out our mini Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine and die cut that out. And there are coordinating dies. So the Horse and Sleigh stamp set has some beautiful tree imagery, some sentiments, the horse and sleigh, and the bunny. And this is the cover art image is shown at 80%, so it is a lot larger than it looks from the cover. So we've got dies to coordinate with those stamp images, and then a detailed tree and the snowy hills. And the only image we're going to die cut in this one is just that little bunny. We're going to keep it kind of simple. Okay, so let's get out that Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. And we need our platform. Which one do we normally use? That's embossing folders. Okay. I keep all my stuff is kind of in the cabinet right behind me. So I usually am just like turning around to grab an ink pad or grab my little mini machine. I feel like there's something under that. Oh, it's missing a foot. Oh, that's disappointing. Oh, I see it. It's a little rubber foot. And I'm not sure why it was coming off, but there, that's better. It's sitting straight now. Okay, we're going to line this up. And if you want some assistance making sure that it doesn't move, I think the easiest thing to use is just like a little sticky note. So I love this size of the little Post-its. I use them a lot to mark the backs of my swap cards when I get them, but also they're perfect for holding dies. Oh, Deborah, a bad word. Oh my gosh. I had some hot flashes when I was pregnant once. Maybe not the same. I don't know yet, but it was pretty intense, and I'm not looking forward to that season. Okay, that was the only thing we're die cutting, so we're going to set this aside. And this is the really cool thing I'm excited to show you. So one of the samples that I created before, and I'll show it when we're all done, had this technique on it. And I saw Sarah Douglas share it. And I just thought it was really kind of a fun thing to add. And so we're going to take our designer paper and we're going to do embossing around the edges to kind of make it look like a window, like a frosted window. And so we're going to... I'm reaching behind me again. We're going to use the Versamark pad, and we are going to just apply around the edge of the cardstock some Versamark ink. And I know you can't see this because Versamark ink, you know what we forgot to do? It's going to be okay, actually. We should have done an embossing buddy, but now that I've got the ink on there, it's too late. Okay, so first step, embossing buddy. Second step, Versamark all the way around. I was starting to say it's clear ink, so you can't see it. And hopefully you'll be able to see a little bit better once we get the embossing powder on. And the reason I'm not going to fuss about the embossing buddy, because we can use the brush to brush away some of the powder where we don't want it. So I went all the way around the edges, and I'm going to tap, tap, tap off that extra powder. And I got a lot down here, so I'm just going to take the brush and kind of soften it up and just kind of scoot it down and away. We don't want quite that much. And we definitely don't want the harsh line of the Versamark to show, so you can use that brush and kind of get the look that you want. And really it's just sort of like a glow, a vignette around the designer paper. And you can see it now a little bit better. I'm using white embossing powder. Just kind of getting those weird lines. You know, we don't want the harsh lines. Just kind of nice and soft, like a glow. Okay, so now you can see sort of the embossing powder, and I am going to, I better just put it back in. I was afraid if I moved it, it would, and did it later, that we'd have a mess. So I'm just going to funnel that back in. This is the Embossing Additions Toolkit, which I just love. If you've already got all the basics for embossing, the Versamark pad and the embossing powder and the heat tool, the next step is getting the Embossing Additions Toolkit, which includes the embossing buddy, it includes the brush, and it includes the tweezers that are heat safe and will save your fingers from burning. So we're going to use the heat tool to heat up this embossing powder. And we're kind of creating, like I said, just sort of like a frosted window effect. Melissa, yes, the July theme for the Great Big Card Swap is birthdays. So a nice, easy theme. If you've not sent in a card yet for the Great Big Card Swap, this is a great opportunity to do that, because I'm sure everyone's got birthday stamps at home. And you can use whatever you want. Even if it's not current Stampin' Up! Products, you can use retired stuff, not Stampin' Up!, it doesn't matter. You can use anything for the Great Big Card Swap. We just invite you to share your artwork, and it's so fun because you send in a card and then you get to see everything that people sent in, and then you get one back. So fun. I can't wait to see what you create. And July is always birthday because my birthday is in July, and so I like to pretend that all the cards are for me. And then I send it on. All right, so I just love that effect, and I wish, let me see if I can find the original paper here to kind of compare. Okay. Let's find this original paper so you can kind of see. It's a bit messy, but I think you still get the effect. Here it is. So it just sort of like, I don't know, just kind of draws the eye in a little bit and really focuses on those trees and that stamped image. I'll show you the original card as well that doesn't have the embossing. So we have done our embossing, we've done our stamping. Let's go ahead and put this card together. We're going to start with our inside piece, and I'm going to fold first because inevitably there is like a little lip, and that is going to be the front of the card. So I just want to make sure I put it the right way. Okay. Oh, this one's out. That one's out too. Oh my goodness, I did not plan very well, did I? Let's just go ahead and refill. Our Stampin' Seal is refillable, and the refills come in these little bags, so you can just take it out. And the case comes apart in two pieces like this. The one that has the pegs is where you're going to match up the refill, and then you can snap it into place. Sometimes it needs a little help to get it started, and then you are good to go. So this can go in the trash, and I think you can recycle this one. There's our inside, so we have something to write on. Then we're going to start with that striped piece. This is going to go across. Actually intended for that to be a little bit longer, like 5 1/4 maybe. That is really short, but it'll work. It'll work for our project. It's hard, once you cut it short, it's hard, you can't really go long again. You know what, I think the problem is maybe the inside fits. I was going to say, maybe our card is the wrong size, because look at how much is hanging over this designer paper. Did I just cut it? Maybe I cut it too long. Instead of making it 4 1/4, I made it 4 1/2. I'm not sure. Hopefully we didn't cut off all of the vignette. We still have a little bit down there. All right, we're going to do a little tear here. And this is going to go on the card with some Stampin' Dimensionals. I don't want to cover up that gate. Oh, well, I might have to. And then our little bunny on Stampin' Dimensional. So let's add those next. 1, 2, 3, and oops. One for the bunny. I love these cool colors together. So perfect for a winter card. Oh, isn't that great? Well, let's add some bling to finish it up, because it could use a little something. I am going to use, I don't know, we've already got some white going on, so I think I'm going to use some of the gold snowflakes. Now there's 3 sizes. There's the large one in a different sheet, and then the medium and a small. So I'm going to use one of each size, and I am going to kind of stagger here, and then one down there. And there is our finished card. Here is the sample. My designer paper was just cut a little higher, so this tree line was up, and so I had room to put the greeting underneath the fence. I like that a lot better. But I do love that sort of embossed edge around the designer paper. I think that looks much nicer. What do you think? This or that? Do you prefer the embossed edge around the designer paper? Or do you like it clean, like this one? I could go back and sort of apply some more ink and more embossing powder. So like if these little areas bother you, you can kind of go back and emboss them more. Maybe a little harder now that it's on the card. You guys seem really split on this and that. I'm seeing both answers. Well, I hope you enjoyed this project idea. Let me show you some of the other cards using this awesome new suite, the One Horse Open Sleigh. And I would love to know, did you order this one today? Or if you're a demonstrator, maybe you already had pre-ordered it. Let me show you the cards. So here's the shaker card that I made in our Sunday stamping video. And then Amy made a really fun card, and she embossed the trees on white. So kind of like a fall card, very masculine. And Mom's card as well. She was trying to do not necessarily a Christmas theme. She also used a little bunny. And colored the trees. I love how she did that with the blender pens. And then I've got this one, which has the same kind of effect with the embossed edges. And here's one where I cut that designer paper that's really cool into 2 3/4 inch squares. And the last one, I love the way this one turned out, has the sort of different layers, the card on a card. And I just love the way the die cut works with the designer paper and how all those patterns kind of work together. The sentiments on this card are from the Perched in a Tree bundle. But there's my card that I created tonight with the One Horse Open Sleigh suite, the whole suite. So there's one item number if you want to get the designer paper and the snowflakes and the bundle, the stamp set and dies together. You can do that. All right, we're going to switch gears. We're not going to stick with the winter and Christmas theme all night. And we're going to make another card using some flowers because you know what? It is summertime. Oh, you know what? I just saw this and I wanted to give you a quick note about postage. Postage is going up. The first class stamp price is going up by 3 cents on Sunday, so make sure you stock up. I just got my order from the U.S. Post Office. I ordered on the website. It was really easy, and they send the stamps right to me. There's a small handling fee, but I think that shipping was free. And so I stocked up. I use a lot of stamps. So I got some non-machinable ones. I got some cute elephant ones and some thank you stamps. I also love getting the birthday stamps too. So yes, buy your stamps now. They go up by 3 cents, but I want to give a little PSA, a little public service announcement. If you're buying stamps online, make sure that you're doing it directly from the U.S. Post Office at USPS.com. I know that there are lots of deals out there, and you can find other websites and even auction sites that have stamps really cheap and deals on stamps and overstock stamps. And I would say, to my knowledge, all of those are not real. They are counterfeit stamps, and I think that part of the issue of having to raise prices on stamps continuously and so much comes down to people buying stamps that are counterfeit, and they look like real stamps, but all of the money is going to counterfeiters and not to the post office and the service that's being provided delivering the letters that you're sending. So make sure that you're buying stamps from USPS. Either go to the post office. I know some wholesale retailers like Sam's Club, Costco. I know sometimes you can get stamps there, or, you know, like at the grocery store or whatever. So if you're buying them in person somewhere from that's not the post office, then, you know, that's fine. But if you're buying stamps online, make sure that you're buying them from the USPS, from the post office, so that they actual stamps and the money that you're spending on postage is going to the services actually delivering the letters, and not to somebody who's just scamming people. So that's my PSA. Postage prices are going up. Make sure that you're buying real stamps. Buy them from the post office. Yes, Fonda, the handling fee was $2.20. And I don't know how many, if you can tell how much postage is in here. I'm kind of like, we could play a guessing game. Would you like to guess how much I spent on this little envelope of stamps? My daughter, Claire, I had her guess, and her eyes popped out of her head when she realized how much postage is here. And if you buy a lot of stamps, you probably know it was a significant amount of money. It was more than that, Fonda. Okay, so let's move on. This is going to be fun. I don't have a huge plan here. We're going to wing it for our next card, but I'm really excited about this. I'm loving your guesses. Okay, so Fonda says 275. It's more than that. Deborah says 200. It's more than that. Judy says 300. Keep going. It was a lot. All right, we're going to use the Darling Details, and I'm casing this beautiful card that I received from Lori Holbert. I shared this one a little while ago, and it's been on my desk because I just think that it is so gorgeous, and I've been wanting to copy it, and so we're going to copy it tonight and do our own version using this new bundle called Darling Details. I'm seeing your guesses continue to come in, and I think you guys are all still really low. 375, 425, 495, 525, 515. Keep going. So yes, I will just straight up tell you, we don't have to keep guessing. Yes, Tony, it was a little bit less than $650 in stamps. Wow, I know. That's a lot of stamps. Some of the stamps that I got, the global stamps, those are $1.45. I think they're going up to $1.50. And I use these on the kits that I send out. So like I ordered a lot because I send out a lot of kits. Now, if you order from me and you get my bonus kits, they're so much fun. I love doing those every month. So I bought a few months worth there. I also got some non-machinables for the great big card swaps. Sometimes we need those non-machinable stamps. I got some thank you stamps to send thank you cards to everyone who orders from me. And then I have a mailing that I'm doing for my team coming up where I'm sending them, all my team members who met their quarterly minimum get the back pocket card layouts, so they get all three of them. And so I'll be doing a mailing for my team. So I got the envelopes, or the elephant stamps for that. So anyway, that's the story of my stamps. Let's make a card. How many of you have this Darling Details? I've ordered this several times, and every time it comes in, I end up sending it to a team member who's earned a free bundle from me for helping out with different things. And so finally, I get to keep one. This one just arrived last week, and it is so gorgeous. I'm going to show you in the catalog really quick. Where did I put that catalog? Let's take a quick look. Darling Details. I always love looking here in the back. We can use the index to look it up. Darling Details on page 68. I love how you guys are figuring out how much I saved. I figured if I was buying them anyway, you know, and I had to use them, then I might as well, right? Just buy them a little early. Here it is, Darling Details. So beautiful. Aren't these cards just so fancy and wonderful? I loved the sort of lacy frames and the lacy edgelet here. And I'm a fan of this style of two-step stamping. So we got the flowers and leaves, and the sentiments are really great. Thank you, friend. Hello there. Just a note, and happy birthday. So that's the stamp set that we're using for this card. And you can see kind of the direction that I'm going. So I've already pre-cut the card front. I'm using Calypso Coral. I cut this to 4 1/4 by 11 inches. And I already die cut the front. I did it ahead of time so I could poke out all those little pieces and not make a mess on my desk. But it was pretty easy besides all the little poking. And oh my gosh, look how beautiful that is already. I think this is just such a special set. So I've got to mount up our stamps. We're going to use some fun colors. We're going to do some Calypso Coral and the Petal Pink. And then for a green, let's bring in Old Olive. And maybe we need some Lemon Lolly and crushed curry. I don't know. Let's see how it comes together. Let's bring in our grid paper again, because I'm going to stamp some off the edge here. And what we're going to do is the card is going to go inside here. So it's going to open up and then open out. And some of the imagery we'll see through the window. And then we'll also have a die cut like Lori did here. So we'll stamp our sentiment. We'll have some stamping. We'll have a die cut, and then on the inside, we can have the inside sentiment and maybe another flower. So we kind of know the direction that we're going. Let's get our stamps out. Again, this is a 2-step stamp set. So we have one stamp for the outline and another one for the bit that's going to color in. For the leaves, I'm just going to use this one for the leaves. And maybe this yellow flower. Do we need a stem? No, we're gonna make it work. For the words, count me among all the people who are here for you. Oh, I love that. So that's gonna go on the inside. And maybe that cute little flower. And hello there. All right. I keep all my blocks in a bundle like this, and in a bundle, in a bucket. That's the word I'm looking for. And I just love the convenience of being able to pull it out and grab the block I need. That's a new block. Ooh, that looks really... Oh, I didn't realize I had such a great block in there. Most of them are just beat up a little bit because they do live in the bucket, but you can see through them and it works. So I'm just going to match up all of my stamps here. One more. That little hello there is so cute. It'll fit on the little one. How do you guys store your blocks? Do you have a basket that you keep them in, or do you use the block caddy that's available from Stampin' Up? I'd love to know. Leave a comment. That's something that I'm most curious about, is how you guys organize your supplies. Because honestly, this is, I think, a really funny thing is you guys probably have a lot more than I do, because I don't hang on to my stuff. I end up, selling it and getting rid of it. And so if you've been stamping for a long time, I would bet you a lot of money that your collection of stamps and all your stuff, you probably have a lot more than I do. So please leave comments if there's something you want to know about, asking other people how they store things, then ask that. Or if you have a really fun thing to share about how you store your stuff, then let us know in the comments. So I'm just going to stamp some flowers, and I'm going to start with the petal pink on the outside. And I don't really have a plan. I'm just kind of figuring it out as I go. I have a smaller piece that we're going to die cut. So I'm going to do the Calypso Coral with the outline on top. And hey, not bad. I was a little bit worried about how it was going to be to line this up, because this petal pink is really light and kind of hard to see, but I did pretty good. We are going to do, I don't know, let's do 2 leaves to die cut, and we want some stamped leaves here too. Again, I wish that I had a better plan, but I'm just gonna figure it out. Let's try the outline first. Sometimes I do that. Oh my gosh, I love that flower. I think we definitely need to get the stem out for this one. Oh, so pretty. And where's that stem stamp? Maybe a couple leaves too. So for this one, I don't have any really skinny blocks. I must be using them for something else. So I'm just going to go on the side of this big block. And we're going to start with the stem and add some leaves. That's fun. I do feel like I want more yellow though. Let's do I don't know. How does this look in our opening? Let's check that out. Oh, you can't really see a whole lot. We need some more flowers, don't we? Let's try to add maybe we'll just add them from the top. No. I'm just gonna do one. Oh, I'm gonna have to go back and look at all your comments. I'm so sorry I can't keep up with them. I love to hear though how you guys are keeping all your stuff. Plastic baskets, the caddy. Alita says, is it the rule to do the darker color as the outline? I use the darker color as the outline just because you can see it better, but you don't have to use the darker color as the outline. So no, it's not the rule. You can do whatever you want on your cards. But I just do it because, like I said, you can see the darker outline over the lighter solid color. If you did the darker color solid, you wouldn't see the outline in the lighter color necessarily over it. Okay, I think we're going to hold it there for now. Let's get out the black pad for the sentiment. And for the front, we're going to do hello there. And for the inside, oh, this is so pretty. For the inside, we're going to do this one. It says, count me among all the people who are here for you. And of course, we need some flowers on the inside, don't you think? So let's do some stamping in the corner really quick. Oh, this set is so gorgeous. Of course, I know you guys have lots of flowers at home already, and so it's okay if you don't have the same, if you don't have the same stamps that I'm using. You can easily substitute whatever stamps and dies that you have at home to make beautiful cards. And so I hope that I inspire you to do just that when you're tuning in for Thursday night stamp therapy every week. What is your favorite flower set? Do you have one that is kind of a go-to? Leave a comment and let me know. We got some stamping on the inside, and if I was smart, I would stamp my envelope to match at the same time, but I don't usually think to do that, so that's okay. We're going to do our die cutting now, and then we'll add that to the card and add some bling to finish it off. So let's grab out our mini cut and emboss machine. I'm going to use that again, and we'll get the dies we need to die cut the images. I'm going to go rogue and see if I can do it without the sticky notes. Debbie says she likes the art gallery stamp set. I think that's the same one that Lori used on this card. Does that look right? There have been some beautiful flower stamp sets. Oh, do I want to do one more? I should send that through again. Nature's Harvest, that's a good one too. In the clearance rack, there are some stamp sets right now, and some dies, so be sure that you check that out. I think most of the stamp sets, most of the things that were added today are from last summer, last July through December mini catalog. And what was I saying? So there are a lot of holiday themes in the clearance rack right now that were added today. So I don't know about flowers. There might be some flowers. There is a new online exclusive bundle that's flowers, so that's kind of fun. Okay, sorry, I'm sorry, my desk is shaking every time I am using that. Let's get this back over here so we don't lose these dies. And we'll get our card together. So we're going to put this on the card base with some regular adhesive. Oh my gosh, this is so pretty. I just love this so much. And then we can have our little die cut over here, and it's kind of on the front, but then you still have the design underneath. And I'm really debating on whether or not it should have, whether or not we should add another die cut. I am specifically using the liquid glue because we have so many holes here that I don't want. Oh, already I'm worried about that liquid glue. I was trying to just keep it on the dotted line because we don't want it to glue the card closed. That would be really sad, wouldn't it? I think maybe I need to add a leaf here. So let's do that. But first, let's get these little. Oh, that might be too much. Uh-oh. If you are concerned about, glue leaking through, I would just do another die cut and stick it to the back just to kind of protect that. The liquid glue is a little tricky. I guess if you use something like glue dots, they would be a little easier to control where it's going. All right, this is looking so good. I think we need a little green to balance, like right here. To balance that a little bit. What do you think? I kind of want to add another leaf up here, but that's going to be too much, so nope. All right, I think this is good. Now we just need some bling to bling it up. Now, if you wanted to, you can add another another die cut or some more stamping here to kind of fill this up. But I think we've got like, you know, kind of a nice triangle going on. Oh, Diane ordered a little vacuum. I love this thing. This is a little desk vacuum. And it's so good for all those little chads that came out of the die cut. So perfect for that. Well, the bling that I got out for this project is the iridescent rhinestones, but I really want a little bit more color here. So I'm going to pull out some similar gems that have just some different colors. And that is this assortment. It's the iridescent pastel gems. So they are very similar to the iridescent rhinestones, except that we have some different colors in here. So there's like a calypso coral and like a almost kind of a pool party, and then a little bit of a yellow tint, but very similar to the original one. So I just thought it would kind of be fun to add just a little more color with these gems. And I don't know, should we go with the brighter ones, the calypso coral, or should we go with that lighter yellow? There are large ones and then there are smaller ones. So leave a comment and let me know which color you think would be good. And you know what I'm going to do? I think I'm going to use a little embossing buddy just to kind of remove the tackiness of some of that glue, the glue spot. And then it shouldn't stick, I hope. So leave a comment, let me know. The dark ones or the light ones? Terry says calypso coral. Judy says yellow. I know I'm really torn. There's a lot of calypso coral going on already, so I kind of like the idea of using the other color here. So there's the lighter one. Oh, I really just feel like it needs something right here, don't you think? Like another, you know what I'm going to do? Let's die cut another yellow flower, and I think that might balance that out some more. I'm just feeling like it just needs something, don't you think? Let's see what we think of this. And I would put that like on the inside, I think. Because there's really no room for it to go on the outside. Doesn't it look like my ink pad is smiling? Do you see it? Two eyes. Two eyes and a really wide smile. This is Lemon Lolly. I haven't really used it before, so this is my first time. It's a lot brighter than I thought it would be, but look how it dries. It dries a lot lighter there. All right, let's get out that die, and we'll die cut this really quick, and I think that is going to help balance out the card in a way that is going to be good. Put that aside. Are you laughing at me, Diane? I love looking for little happy signs in the world. We have a little page a day calendar. I'm going to need to post it. That is on the kitchen island, and it just kind of has, like, they're not always quotes. Sometimes it's just like today, I think it just says, have a beautiful day, or something like that, or it's a beautiful day. And the artwork is different. Come on, get in there. And it's so funny how sometimes we have this joke in our house that the page a day sometimes is very predictive of how our day is going to be, or just has like the right words. And so it's always just so fun, you know, like the encouraging words that we need, you know, like one time it was like, trust the timing of your life. And it was the day that like Claire had an interview, and we're just like, see, like it all is supposed to work out just the way that it's meant to be, right? God has a plan. God has a plan for everybody. And so our page a day sometimes just is so perfectly timed. It just seems divine. Okay, so I'm going to cover up that little one that I stamped there. But I kind of love having that little extra yellow peek out, and I think it balances out the card, don't you think? I'm debating on, no, I'm going to skip the dimensionals just because maybe I should put it on the front. I could, there's nothing for it to hang on to though. I think it's got to go inside. When the card is closed, it will look like it's on the inside anyway. Okay, if I didn't have the little yellow flower there, I could just stamp it directly onto the card. But since I already had something there, I'm going to die cut it. What is this? Some kind of little... my mess. My mess of adhesive there. Okay, there's our finished card. Hello there. Oh, I love that inside. Count me among all the people who are here for you. What a fun card. Thank you so much, Lori, for the inspiration. I'm kind of loving like this white border that she did here. And so that may be something to consider for the outside of mine. I think it might finish off the framing of this card really nicely. But I love the way that this turned out. And I'm really glad I finally inked up my Darling Details bundle. Again, this is a new stamp set. I'll have the item number in the video description when we're all done, so you can check that out. I picked out these colors because we're going to use the same colors on the next card, and I like my cards to match. At the end of the night, I like it when all the cards like coordinate with each other, so that's why that's why I chose Calypso Coral. But you know what? Calypso Coral is one of my favorites Stampin' Up! Colors, and Petal Pink as well. What is your favorite Stampin' Up! Color? Especially for like spring and summer. I just think it's really beautiful. So let me clean up my desk here and make room for our next card. This next one is really beautiful. Also uses a brand new bundle from the new catalog. So I'm going to leave out those colors. And we're going to use a little pool party. Put this one aside. We're also going to do some, what are we going to do? Some embossing on this card as well. Put all my stamps in here so I can clean them. Oh, Night of Navy. That's a good one, especially with Calypso Coral. Yes, Deborah, I definitely go through all the little same nuances that you guys do. I am human too, and I have the same stamping and design struggles that I know many of you have as well. But that's sort of the creative process, right? Is kind of going through those different things. Well, here's the sneak peek. I guess you're going to see it. This is the card that I created on the Million Sales Retreat back in March. Disclaimer that is a very an accomplishment very few demonstrators achieve, less than 1/100th of 1%. There, I said it. $1 million took me 20 years. And there's all these DSA, Direct Selling Association, restrictions and things. That's why we always have to say the disclaimers, because we don't want people to think that you can just sign up and sell $1 million, you know, overnight or in a week. And I don't know who thinks that would be possible, but just in case you did. Okay, so here's the card we made, and it is so beautiful. Honestly, it's a little fussier than I normally would make, but it's really fun and really, I think, worth it. So we're gonna tackle this card tonight. I'm gonna show you how we made it, and we're using a brand new bundle called Timeless Arrangements. And this one, maybe you didn't necessarily see in the catalog. I know I kind of overlooked it because it's like another word set. But what really makes this unique is these dies that we'll use for these little labels. And I'm going to get them out right now so you can kind of see. There's 4 of them. And so you have like this little window, and then this really beautiful sort of greenery. I've seen some gorgeous cards. I should have pulled some out. Some of my swap cards I've already sent, so maybe I just don't have any left. But Mom and I are going to feature this bundle soon in an upcoming video, so be sure to watch for that. There's also these labels. There's 3 of them that are rectangles, really versatile, and that's what we're going to use to die cut the thank you. And then there's just some other miscellaneous like flowery images and some that die cut, the stamped images as well. Lots of sentiments in here. A very big thanks. Thanks very much. Love you. Love and what does that go with? Love and Are you guys seeing it? I'm kind of confused. A very big thanks. Just can't thank you enough. Thanks very much. But what does this love you go with? Love and love and thanks. Yeah, that makes sense, Judy. So love and thanks. Okay. I don't know, my brain my brain could not wrap around that. On the front we have a 3 by 4 inch piece of white cardstock, and then we have another piece that is 3. Oh gosh, let me measure. We're going to die cut this one, so it doesn't matter as much. 3.5 by 5 inches, and this is the one that we are going to die cut from. And I'm going to kind of stagger them because I think it would be really fun to use this for another card where we use like the outline. So I'm going to send this through the die cutting machine. Should have done it ahead of time, but I didn't. Do we want to change those? Nope. I like that better. Okay. So we're going to send this through the die cutting machine. Definitely need some stickies to hold these down. And then we're going to use blender pens to create the background. Oh, it's going to be so beautiful. And like I said, I normally don't get so fussy, but it is really cool. We'll use some water, which hopefully I've got some in my spritzer. Uh-oh, where's my spritzer? Huh. Well, we're going to improvise. I'll get water painters. Okay. I cheated and used the one on the floor instead of getting the big one out. So we've got all of our little die cut pieces. This is just so dainty. I think that's what I love about it. It's just so fun and kind of whimsical. So we'll save all of those pieces. And then look at how cool this is. Look at that. Like, I just think that's fun to have, like, for another layer. So when I do the video with Mom and we share this timeless arrangements, I will do something with this other piece and share that idea with you because I think it'd be really fun. Okay, so I used the dies, and I saw a question. Paula says, could they be 2 separate stamps? Oh, the love and, I think it is one though. Yeah, the love and is one stamp. It must just be love and thanks, which makes sense. I don't know. I'm looking at everything else again. Yeah, you can always combine it with other stamps. Let me put this in my little, oh my gosh, that whole thing just shifted. I'm sorry. I'm sorry about that. Okay. Let's get rid of these. We are ready for our blending. Actually, before we do the blending, we're going to do the background stamping. So we're going to use some of the stamps here to create a background all around the image, and the center is going to be hiding most of it. So I'm just going to kind of go around and just stamp these kind of around the edges. So it's not going to be, it's going to be subtle, I think is what I'm trying to say, but I'm losing my words tonight. A subtle little background. using some of those flower stamps. Okay, now we're going to do our blending. So this is on the 3x4 piece, and I don't want to lose this either. Let's click that over there for now. Blending. So we're going to use, we have 4 colors, and I don't have a lot of blending brushes, but we have 2 sizes. We have big ones and we have little ones. Aren't those cute? I just love that. So it doesn't necessarily matter if you're using big ones or small ones, but we're going to start with, I don't think it matters. I'm going to start with the color at the top, which is the Calypso Coral. And so I'm just picking up the color off the ink pad, and then I'm going to start on the scrap paper just to make sure I don't get any big like chunks of color I don't want. And you can blend as much as you want, as dark as you want it. And so I'm just going to keep going and start with that Calypso Coral. So Calypso Coral is the first color. And then now I'm wondering if the yellow is supposed to be Daffodil. I want to go a little bit darker here. Okay, so just kind of burnishing that color in back and forth. Again, you can do it as dark as you want it. You can go back and add more color. It's really up to you. There's no wrong way. No wrong way to do that. Oh, we got that big globber. This really reminds me of like a sunset. So beautiful. And so you can use the blending brushes to create a similar effect and make a sunset. I really want to go back now and add a little more of the Calypso Coral. Oh, and blend those. Gorgeous. Okay, so our next color is going to be Pool Party. Oh my goodness, I think I need to re-ink my Pool Party. There we go. Oh. Beautiful. Our last color is going to be Petal Pink. And I just followed the sample in the home office that the project or the concept artist created, and so I used the color in the order that she did, and just trusted that, and I do think it looks like a sunset. Okay. I love how they all blend together. So beautiful. Okay, here's the really fun part. And this was something that I hadn't done before. She took this stamp with the circles and she got it wet. And well, I should say I did, because we made the card. We made the card there, but the concept artist who designed it. Now, normally I would use like my Stampin' Spritzer, but I'm not sure. Oh, is it over here? I do have one. Okay, good. So I just filled this with water, and I'm going to take the stamp. I don't want to get that wet. I'm going to take the stamp. I should have gotten like a paper towel. And I'm just going to stamp that, or spritz that a couple times and then stamp it. And so the water is going to blend it's going to blend the water-based dye ink, and you'll just kind of see that detail sort of a splatter to the background. So wet. And I just thought it was kind of a fun little detail on this card and a fun way to use that background stamp. So you can kind of see that water color emerging a little bit. Really fun. Oh, I love the way that turned out. Okay, maybe one more. Okay, we're going to set this aside and let that dry. And the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to stamp and emboss the sentiment. And for the one on black cardstock, we're going to use the thank you. We're going to get out our Versamark and our white embossing powder. We use this on the first card. And first things first, we're going to do our embossing buddy. And then we're going to stamp in Versamark. And we're going to add the white embossing powder. Tap it off. Love that. So crisp and clean when you use the embossing putty. It's awesome. I'll set those aside. I'll clean that up later. And I will use my tweezers to hold the cardstock while I emboss with the heat tool. So with the embossing, you're just kind of waiting for that powder to melt and you get that raised image. It just adds such a nice, elegant touch to your card. It's a little harder to tell with the white and the black embossing powder too. Mostly you can see it just kind of gets darker, and that's how you know that it's done. So we've got all the powder melted. And our last step is going to be to die cut the sentiment with the die from the same set. But I like to let this cool a little bit before I send it through. So while that is cooling, let's get out our stamp. And so the other one that we've got for the sentiment says, "You are the very best." And it is skinny and it is small, but it fits on there just perfect. My little tip, if you're stamping on white, is to put your die cut or your piece on a darker cardstock or surface like I'm doing here with the table, and that way you can see and aim better. But if you have white grid paper and then your white thing on top, it's really hard to distinguish between the grid paper and your die cut. So my suggestion is to move it onto a darker surface like the table here in order to get that good and able to see where you're going with the stamp. So let's die cut. I'll get out my little baby blue. What do we call it? Desi. Because Desi is little Lucy's little sweetheart. All right, this is going to go right through. And this has got a really great stitching on it too. It's really beautiful. All the little details on this card just are making it so special. So here's the die cut, and you can see that stitching on there. Just gorgeous. Okay. Our water background is kind of dried a little bit, and so it looks a little bit more white. I love the way that turned out. So let's bring in our card base. Let's get this card put together here. We're going to start with some regular adhesive. Honestly, it's still just a touch wet, so you could take your heat tool and just help to dry that a little bit more. So this is regular adhesive going on the blue piece, and then the blue piece is going to go on with Stampin' Dimensionals. But before we do that, let's put on our other little sentiments. And we're going to lay them out first because I do want to have like a little stagger, make sure they're spaced out well. I think that looks good. And it's okay if they go over a little bit. We're going to use some liquid glue. I'll start at the bottom and then work my way up. So you don't need a whole lot. I'm trying to just use a thin bit, little tiny dots here. Sorry, sometimes I can't glue and talk at the same time. How well are you at multitasking? Can you stamp and talk at the same time? It's like walking and talking. The more you do it, the easier it is. But sometimes it's a little tricky. Going up the hill. Okay, so some more bits of glue here, the liquid glue, just to hold this in place. Oh, yeah. I love that. And then the thank you is going to go on with Stampin' Dimensionals. I have lost the Stampin' Dimensionals. Usually I have several sheets hanging around. So I'm just going to open a new pack. We're going to put 2 on the back of the thank you. And we'll put 6 on the back of the blue. So this is Pool Party on Pool Party, but I think that the Stampin' Dimensionals really just make that card pop. And even though it is kind of color on color, I think it just makes it really kind of special to have that other layer there. So the last thing is the bling, of course. And I've lost the package on my desk. It's quite a mess. Oh, here it is. So we are going to use those iridescent rhinestones. And on this card, usually I just stick to 3, but on this card we're going to use 5 because, I don't know, why not? I love these little rhinestones. They're so pretty. And they go with everything. So I'm just going to kind of wind them all the way up the card. Oh, so pretty, so special. I love the way this card turned out. So many thanks again to the Stampin' Up! Concept artist who designed. I have her name. Oh, and I cannot remember what it is. I should have looked it up before. I'm sorry. Timeless Arrangements. That's the name of the stamp set. Brand new stamp set. And I think my favorite part of it is these amazing dies. I think they're so unique and different. And so maybe that's something you think about getting, even if you don't get the whole stamp set. Although, of course, all these little words fit really nicely. They fit really nicely in there. And so they are handy to have the whole set. So I don't know, something to think about. If you like this one, you can get it in my online store. And what a great time to get it right now with bonus days. So I mentioned it earlier, bonus days is happening right now in July. For every $50 that you spend, you'll get a $5 coupon that you can use on an order in August. And there's no limit. So you can get a whole bunch of coupons. You can use them all at once. It's super awesome. I'm going to show you all the cards that we made tonight. And then I have a special a bunch of swap cards I want to share with you. So we're going to do that next. Don't go anywhere. I know you think I'm done stamping, but I've got some fun ideas to share. So tonight, we made the Timeless Arrangement card, the Darling Detail card. See how nice they go together so nicely, don't they? And then we started with a little embossing and did this one with the Horse and Sleigh bundle and one Horse Open Sleigh designer paper, which is just so gorgeous. So leave a comment and let me know which of these is your favorite. Which one of these would you duplicate and work on at home? I hope that you're inspired by all of them, but if there's one in particular that you love the most, leave a comment and let me know. I always think it's so fun to hear which ones you guys prefer. But before I let you go tonight, I've been wanting to share these cards. I did a 1-for-1 swap with 2 different groups. I did a 1-for-1 swap with my swap group, and then I did a 1-for-1 card swap with my team. And so I just wanted to show you some of those cards tonight. And they're kind of a hodgepodge. The theme was new annual catalog. And so we created things using brand new stamp sets like the Timeless Arrangements and the Darling Details. And so I thought you would enjoy seeing these awesome swap cards. First, I'm going to start with the 1-for-1 swap group. This is so much fun. It's just a group of demonstrator friends, and we send cards to each other. Instead of sending all the cards to one person who swaps them out, we just send them directly to each other. And so it's so much fun to get them in the mail this way. If you have some demonstrator friends, then you could do this yourself. You could arrange for a group of friends, and we do this every time there's a new catalog or sometimes for special promotions. And we just send cards directly to each other in the mail, like I said. So we have an address list and everyone sends the cards. Not everybody participates every time. It's kind of optional, but it's so much fun. Okay, so here are the cards. This is from Deb Snyder using that new ice cream pie set. There's a pretzel in there too. So fun. The thing I love about swapping is getting samples with stamps that I don't have. Here's one from Celine Kempton. Be of Good Courage. I love that. That's one I haven't gotten yet. It's on my list. And then some of this new pretty peacock designer paper, the gingham, which was on sale. This is also the gingham designer paper. This is Tracy Jacobs. And this has been a super popular bundle. The dies actually are not orderable right now. That's how popular it is. Next one, more gingham paper. This one's from Natalie Travis. I like how she used 3 different colors: blueberry bushel, lemon lime twist, and berry burst. She used the lovely, layered leaves stamp set, which is on some of the other cards coming up. This first one's from Dina Ricow, who used the new exposed brick embossing folder, the gorgeously, masterfully made designer paper, and then this is a new sentiment set. Thanks so much. It's on my list. And these are the ones that use the layering leaves. We've got layering leaves, I think. This one's from Gwen Duckworth. Love this one from Bonnie O'Neill. She stamped the different images on the side, used the new Basics 3D embossing folders, and the sentiment on the 2 3/8 inch circle punch. This one from Ruth Bingle uses embossing folder on vellum in the background with the punched layering leaves. And the hello, this one from Dawn Olszewski, uses the same stamp set with some delightfully eclectic designer paper. And then we've got some using the inked and tiled bundle as well as Inked Botanicals designer paper. So this one's from Angie Leach. This one from Betsy Kreider. This is a fun fold. Let me pull this out from Susan Campfield. So she's got a little belly band and then it opens up. Oh my gosh, I love that. I've seen the card this way before, but it's kind of fun to turn it on its side. And what a great way to show off designer paper. Love that one from Susan. Oh, get back in there. Another inked botanical one. This is from Barb Mulliken. Also using that exposed brick embossing folder. And then we got some Earth and Elegance. This one is from Amy Combs. And this one is from Kathy Miller. Oh, I love that. All right, the last one for my swap group. This one is from Sandy Carlson using the new This one might have a fun opening. Let's take a look. The Let's Go Fishing. Oh, how fun is this? What? Okay, I'm going to have to make this. I love this. So we have, you pull here, and it flips up. It says place gift card here. And she's using like a little die here for, we've made these little flip tab ones. Like with we did a whale card and there was something else, but, I love this. How fun. Okay. So we're going to have to make that. We'll recreate it with something else. So fun from Sandy Carlson. I love that. Okay, those are 1 for 1, my swap group. Let's take a look at the cards that I swapped with my team. We did the same thing where we sent cards directly to each other. Now, I usually just have people choose between 1 and 5 cards. They don't send a lot, but I always swap with everybody. So I got all the cards from the team, and they are so amazing this time. I absolutely love them. This first one's from my mom, Susan LaCroix. Oops, her name is covered. Using the Delightfully Eclectic designer paper. This one, got to open it up, is from Char Cooper, using the Bright and Beautiful. Isn't that fun? A little Z-fold. Oh, I love the way that turned out. Here's one using the same paper from Kimberly Kane and a brand new stamp set. I don't remember the name of that one, but look, she's got those new little sequins, circle sequins on there too. They look like bubbles. It's so fun. This next card is from Kathy Gruby using the Zoo Crew. What a great layout, and I love the ribbon back there too. Same stamp here with the designer paper. I love these torn strips. That's really cool. This one is from Terry Biggs. Yay, Terry, you're watching right now. I love the way that turned out. And then the red pop of color in there is so fun. Oh, this one's from Barb Price. I got to show you. She used the new Take Your Pick tool cutting blade accessory and created a bookmark. So I don't know if it was attached or if it came detached, but such a fun thing. We're going to have to do something with those tips because I got them and I haven't used them yet. She used the Ink Botanicals designer paper and the inked and tiled stamp set. Same designer paper here. This one's from Phyllis Carter. Oh, look at this gorgeous card using Cheerful Daisies from Katie Good. Pretty Peacock, Lemon Lolly, some pecan pie, Granny Apple Green. Oh, so gorgeous. Maybe it's copper clay, not pecan pie. I get those mixed up. Oh, here's a fun one. This is from Carmen Melendez. And another one I'm definitely going to have to case. Kind of a little Z-fold with a step there that pops up. I love the way that turned out. So fun. I've been eyeing this one and thinking of what else I can use to create this card. So watch for that in a coming video. This card is from Jennifer McLaughlin using the Countryside Inn designer paper, and then the Circle Sayings stamp set and punch. Lazy Days from April Booth. I love these die cuts with a porch. So fun. Look at the detail on that trellis. Love it. Something to crow about. This one's from Melody Lampert using the Let's Go Fishing designer paper with the new Hey Chuck bundle. How fun is that? The dies on the Hey Chuck bundle were unorderable for a little while, but they are back in stock, so be sure to check them out if you've been waiting for that. And the second to last team swap card is from Margot Richardson using Dainty Flowers with not Pebble Pink, it's Bubble Bath and Berry Burst. So beautiful. We've got the stamped image colored and then some die cuts on top of it. Really beautiful from Margot. And this is gorgeous too. This one is from Barbara McHouston. She used the Irresistible Blooms designer paper, Bubble Bath for the card base, and then that Hello Irresistible designer paper, an online exclusive. So beautiful. It was on sale last month. I hope that you were able to pick up an extra packet. I got a few more cards to share with you that I received in the mail. Oh my gosh, it has been a very happy mailbox in the last month or so. This one's from Judy Howard. Wildly grateful. How perfect with the animal print designer paper, and Judy's signature deckled edge there, using some punches, the balloon and the heart inside. Oh, I was so happy to get this one from Chris Anderson. She used the ice cream cone builder punch, which is currently in the clearance rack. You can make your own sprinkles or use a stamp, and I thought this was such a fun, patriotic card for the 4th of July. Thank you, Chris, for this beautiful card. This one just arrived from Jennifer McLaughlin for my birthday, an early birthday card. The second one, I can't remember which came first. I think this one came first, and this one the day after. Early birthday card. Here's one from Karen Fletcher with a little bag of tea using the Pansy designer paper. What a great layout with that double flip there. Oh my gosh, I love getting handmade cards in the mail, and I know that you do too. So I hope that you are sending your cards to family and friends. And if you want cards back in the mail, you can participate in the Great Big Card Swap and get some cards in the mail every month. It's so much fun. So be sure to check that out in my YouTube channel playlist, the Great Big Card Swap. It's the 2nd and the 4th Tuesday of the month. So coming up this coming week, we've got Sunday stamping on Sunday. We're going to show the Earth and Elegance Suite on Sunday, July 9th. The Great Big Card Swap, our first part for July, is going to be on Tuesday, the 11th. And then, of course, next week on Thursday, Thursday night stamp therapy. At the end of the month, starting on the 25th, which is a Tuesday, we'll have the 12 Days of Christmas in July video series. We'll be sharing a daily project video and an unboxing to showcase the 12 gifts that I'm featuring in that curated gift box. So if you want to get in on that, be sure to check out the link in the video description for the 12 Days of Christmas gift box and sign up to reserve your box now. Thanks for hanging on all the way to the end. I so love that you spent the evening with me, and I hope that you enjoyed all of the project ideas that I shared. If you did, be sure to give this video a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel so that you don't miss out on future card making videos. Thanks again for joining me and having such a lively chat conversation. I always enjoy stamping with you. Take care, and I'll see you very soon. Bye.